Across mountains, deserts, and jungles, they rise. From ancient empires to modern marvels, 7 masterpieces still stand, whispers of civilizations that shaped our world. Chosen by millions, visited by millions more, they are more than landmarks. They are legacies. This is the story of the new 7 wonders of the world. In the heart of Agra, India, where the Yamuna River gently winds through centuries of history, rises a monument unlike any other. The Taj Mahal, a symbol of eternal love, breathtaking beauty, and architectural genius. Commissioned in 1632 by the Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, the Taj Mahal was built as a final resting place for his favorite wife, Mumtaz Mahal, who died during childbirth. Her death devastated him, and in response, he poured his grief, love, and power into creating the most magnificent tomb the world had ever seen. The construction spanned over 2 decades, involving more than 20,000 artisans and laborers from across the empire and beyond. Materials came from all corners of Asia: jade from China, crystal from Egypt, turquoise from Tibet, and the pure white marble from Rajasthan that gives the mausoleum its ethereal glow. At its center stands the grand white dome, rising 240 feet above the base. The design is a perfect blend of Persian, Islamic, and Indian architecture. Every line, arch, and minaret was placed with mathematical precision. Even the 4 towering minarets were built to lean slightly outward, so that in the event of a collapse, they would fall away from the tomb, not onto it. But the Taj Mahal isn't only a marvel of stone, it's a monument of emotion. It changes with the sun. At dawn, it blushes pink. In the midday light, it turns dazzling white, and under a full moon, it glows a haunting blue, like a dream taking shape in the darkness. Behind the beauty, though, lies a bittersweet story. Years after its completion, Shah Jahan was overthrown by his own son, Aurangzeb. He spent the last years of his life imprisoned in Agra Fort, with only a small window offering a distant view of the Taj Mahal. When he died, he was buried beside Mumtaz, reuniting the lovers in the very place built for their love. Today, millions visit the Taj Mahal each year. It's more than a tourist attraction. It's a legacy of romance, loss, and artistic brilliance. A wonder not just of architecture, but of the heart. Number 6. In the heart of Rome, where ancient roads converge, stands a symbol of power, spectacle, and survival. The Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, construction began in 72 AD under Emperor Vespasian and was completed by his son, Titus. It could seat over 50,000 spectators, Romans hungry for entertainment, drama, and blood. The Colosseum was home to epic gladiator battles, wild animal hunts, and even staged sea battles, where the arena was flooded to simulate naval combat. Its design was revolutionary. A system of underground chambers and elevators, stone corridors for quick crowd movement, and retractable awnings for shade. What we now call stadium technology, the Romans were already using 2,000 years ago. But the Colosseum is more than a ruin, it's a survivor. Through earthquakes, lightning strikes, fires, and centuries of neglect, its outer walls still rise, cracked but proud. Today, it's one of the most iconic monuments in the world, a window into Rome's brutal, brilliant past. Number 5. In the dense jungles of the Yucatan Peninsula, an ancient city still whispers the secrets of the stars. This is Chichén Itzá, once the powerful center of the Mayan civilization. Built between the 7th and 10th centuries, Chichén Itzá was more than just a city. It was a spiritual and astronomical capital. At its heart rises El Castillo, also known as the Temple of Kukulkan, a pyramid that isn't just monumental in size, but mathematical precision. Each of its 4 sides has 91 steps. Add the top platform, and you get 365, the number of days in a solar year. During the spring and autumn equinox, a shadow serpent slithers down the pyramid's northern staircase as the sun sets. A perfect alignment of architecture and astronomy. But this was also a place of rituals and power. The Great Ball Court, the largest in the Americas, echoes with ancient acoustics. Clap once at the center, and the sound bounces back 7 times. Engineers still marvel at its design today. The sacred cenote, a natural sinkhole, was used for offerings and, according to some records, human sacrifices. Jewelry, pottery, and even bones have been recovered from its depths. Chichén Itzá wasn't just a city of gods, it was a city of knowledge. The Maya tracked celestial movements with startling accuracy, and their structures still align with stars, planets, and solstices. Centuries after it was abandoned, the jungle reclaimed it, until explorers brought it back to light. Today, Chichén Itzá stands not just as a ruin, but as proof of a civilization deeply connected to the cosmos, and to the mysteries we're still trying to understand. Number 4. High in the clouds of the Peruvian Andes, nestled between jagged peaks and hidden by jungle for centuries, lies one of the greatest treasures of the ancient world, Machu Picchu. Built in the 15th century by the Inca Empire, this mountaintop citadel was a marvel of engineering, spirituality, and harmony with nature. More than 7,900 feet above sea level, it was constructed without the use of wheels or iron tools. The stones were cut so precisely that even a blade cannot fit between them. The city was likely a royal estate or sacred religious site, complete with temples, terraces, astronomical observatories, and over 200 stone structures. The Temple of the Sun, carved from solid stone, aligns perfectly with the solstices, proof of the Incas' deep understanding of astronomy and the cosmos. Yet Machu Picchu was never discovered by the Spanish during their conquest. It remained hidden from the outside world for centuries, slowly being reclaimed by the forest, until its rediscovery by American explorer Hiram Bingham in 1911. But for local Quechua people, it was never lost. It remained a sacred site, revered as a place where earth meets sky and human effort honors the divine. Today, Machu Picchu stands as a symbol of resilience, mystery, and awe. A city above the clouds, untouched by time, echoing with the silence of ancient voices. Every year, travelers hike for days along the Inca Trail to reach its gates, drawn not just by its beauty, but by its spirit. Because Machu Picchu isn't just a wonder of stone, it's a wonder of the soul. Number 3. High above Rio de Janeiro, where the sea meets the sky, stands a figure of peace, strength, and hope, Christ the Redeemer. Perched atop Corcovado Mountain at 2,300 feet above sea level, this colossal statue stretches its arms 92 feet wide, embracing the city below. Built between 1922 and 1931, it was a bold engineering feat and an even bolder symbol. The idea of a religious monument had been proposed decades earlier, but it wasn't until the 1920s that a national movement and a team of engineers and artists turned vision into reality. Constructed from reinforced concrete and coated in thousands of soapstone tiles, Christ the Redeemer was designed to withstand time, storms, and even lightning, which it has many times. The statue was created by Brazilian engineer Heitor da Silva Costa, with sculpting assistance from French artist Paul Landowski. Parts of the statue's head and hands were crafted in France and shipped to Brazil for assembly. But more than its size or structure, it's what the statue represents that makes it a wonder. Facing the Atlantic Ocean, arms outstretched, Christ the Redeemer is more than a religious icon. It's a symbol of peace in a city of contrasts. It watches over favelas and skyscrapers, carnivals and cathedrals, joy and hardship. And no matter the chaos below, it stands still, arms open, welcoming. Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the new 7 wonders of the world, Christ the Redeemer is visited by nearly 2 million people each year. Tourists hike or take a train up the mountain, not just for the view, but for the feeling. Because when you stand beneath it, something shifts. The wind is quieter, the city smaller, and the moment bigger than words. It is not just a statue on a mountain. It's a message carved into stone, of faith, of unity, and of light above all. Number 2. Hidden in the red cliffs of southern Jordan lies a lost city carved in stone, Petra, the Rose City. Once the thriving capital of the Nabatean kingdom over 2,000 years ago, Petra was a crossroads of trade, culture, and innovation. Its most iconic structure, the Alcazne, or the Treasury, wasn't built brick by brick. It was carved directly into the sandstone cliffs. Standing over 130 feet tall, it's a masterpiece of precision, detail, and grandeur. But Petra is much more than one facade. It spans over 100 square miles, an ancient city of temples, tombs, markets, and sacred spaces. Canyon passageways called cycles lead you through narrow rock corridors that suddenly open to breathtaking monuments. The Nabateans were skilled engineers, building complex water systems that sustained their civilization in the harsh desert, an early example of sustainability in an arid world. For centuries, Petra was forgotten to the Western world, known only to Bedouins who guarded its secrets, until Swiss explorer Johann Burckhardt rediscovered it in 1812. Since then, it has captured the imagination of travelers, historians, and filmmakers alike. Appearing in films like Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, Petra today is a symbol of mystery and endurance. The stone is weathered. The city is quiet, but the wonder remains. Because Petra isn't just carved into the desert, it's carved into history. Number 1. It's the longest structure ever built by human hands. A wall so vast, it stretches across mountains, deserts, and valleys for thousands of miles. This is the Great Wall of China. Construction began over 2,000 years ago during the Qin dynasty and continued for centuries under different emperors. The goal? To defend against invasions from the north and protect what was once the world's most powerful empire. More than just a single wall, it's a network of fortifications, walls, towers, barracks, watchposts, and signal stations built from earth, wood, stone, and brick. At its peak, it stretched over 13,000 miles, longer than the width of the entire Pacific Ocean. It took the labor of millions, soldiers, peasants, prisoners, many of whom died building it. Some historians call it the longest graveyard on Earth. But despite its tragic cost, it became one of the most iconic symbols of China's strength and endurance. Snaking across mountain ridges, its silhouette blends into the landscape, like a dragon resting across the earth. Today, much of the wall lies in ruins, but several sections have been restored, including the stunning stretches near Beijing visited by millions each year. From a distance, it seems like stone. Up close, it feels like memory. Because the Great Wall isn't just about war, it's about the will of a civilization to rise, connect, and endure. And after more than 2 millennia, it still stands. These wonders were carved by time, built by hands, and powered by dreams. They've survived empires, earthquakes, and the erosion of centuries. But more than stone and structure, they are reminders of what humanity is capable of. When we build with purpose, when we rise with vision, when we remember what connects us across continents, cultures, and centuries. The world is full of wonders. These 7 just happen to be unforgettable.